Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. The month of May 2024 is a profitable month that promises to bring you some financial gain from the work and career path, as well as a lot of work as you're passionately engaged in getting things up and running. Let's also talk about how some of your long-range wishes, dreams, and goals may be coming to life before your very eyes, especially if those goals and dreams are something deeply meaningful and true to your soul. Let's begin, shall we? Before we start with all the details of the month ahead, welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is Lori Lothian, and I am using the Western Tropical Zodiac and the whole sign house system. And I love the fixed stars and minor asteroids, and yet a lot of that content in my 30 videos per month on my YouTube channel, which all include, almost all of them, all signs delineations. I'm only having one promotion this month, and that's if you want to win a free reading with me, win some free classes with me, get access to my $77 bundle of all sign video delineations for 2024. That's going to be a big giveaway contest. Multiple things are being given away during the May Madness month to celebrate me hitting 60,000 subscribers on my channel. If you want to win something, get a whole of that subscription, weekly newsletter, forecast every Saturday in your inbox, you have to subscribe to win. So directing you down below to the description box. Let's get started. What's the big news? Venus. Venus is the big news for everybody this month, in my humble opinion. Venus is moving into Taurus in a very exceptional way, kind of a 1940s vibe. We haven't seen it since then because we also have Jupiter, Uranus, and Taurus. And as she heads into the sign of Taurus, bumping into them after the great conjunction of April 21st, it's a whole different ballgame in your Taurus part of your sky, which is the house of your gains and profits from the work and career path that you do, as well as the possibility for some kind of like windfall, pennies from heaven vibe, and also the actualization of your dreams, hopes, and wishes. At a very practical level, of course, where Venus is going and going to imbue you with luck and goodness and happiness is the house of your larger groups of belonging, friendship circles as well. And it could look like a very happy, joyful, and sociable time for many of you Cancers during the month of May. Now, Lord Venus is going to enter into the sign of Taurus on April the 29th and leave on May the 23rd. That is your window of yay. And this is really powerful because with Jupiter, the greater benefic here, Santa Claus, it's a fairy godfather, Jupiter, and fairy godmother, Venus, together in one place, with Uranus after that wild ride of the April 21st Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. That is going to outline a whole new area of success in your life over the next 14 years, by the way, from that conjunction in April. Go watch my video on that. But having Venus coming in here afterwards is a very sweet blessing. At a simple level, maybe invitations from friends, favors from friends, things to do actively with friends, go off and do fun and event-oriented things with other people, or really strong and beautiful connection to an elder sibling forming during the first 3 weeks of May. And Venus here can also be helping you really envision or realize some of your larger and longer term wishes and dreams. It's a very wish fulfillment vibe having her here along with Jupiter, Uranus, and eventually the Sun and Mercury is a really big part of your sky at this time. When Venus leaves on the 23rd and moves into the sign of Gemini next door, she's moving into the part of your chart that represents your spiritual life, but also bed pleasures. There may be a sense, therefore, of May 23rd add 3 weeks that you have the experience of joy and pleasure in your bed pleasures way, that you may also find that you are doing things creatively behind the scenes, maybe traveling to a place you love that's in a foreign shore or foreign land, or receiving more abundance and revenue from borderless income and international sources as well. So there's a lot of goodness she can bring to the Gemini part of your sky, and Jupiter will be joining her there. So that's going to be a whole place that things get lit up for you. If you're at all interested in spiritual attainment and spiritual liberation, Venus and Jupiter here later in the month of May can begin a process of opening you up to a deeper level of spiritual realization. What else is happening? A crow just landed for you on my window here, on my skylight window above me. What else is happening is that you have Mars, the warrior, in your 10th house in his home kingdom for the first time in 2 years. Mars moves into your 10th house on April the 30th and leaves on June the 9th. This is a every 2-year window of time in which he goes racing through the 10th house and helps establish a few things in your career and reputation space. You can cut away, end and sever and release what it is you don't want, like cutting cutting it out, letting go of it. You don't need that client. You don't need that part of the job. You don't want that job. You can quit a job. Someone in the workplace can quit the job and you rise up to the new level because of the Mars energy up there. So, or you can be very dedicated, focused, driven, and passionately working on your career stories. Again, that's going to take you through all of May through to June the 9th. But because Mars is coming through a part of the sky where we had the eclipse of April the 8th and last year, April 19th, there are energies up there that are bigger than just Mars, especially this total solar eclipse on April the 8th with the North Node and Mars crossing through this part of the sky. In essence, Mars is furthering what the eclipse is trying to do, which is open double doors of change and Chiron key to purpose in your career, Cancer, that's playing out over the next year. And Mars is now ambitiously following through with maybe decisions. Mars rules decisions. In order to cut something away, you must leave something standing. To decide is to cut into something into two. And so major career actions, Mars, and decisions are on your radar through the entire month of May through to the June the 9th. Now, also, Lord Jupiter, who entered into the Taurus part of your sky last May, that is the place where you've been having a potential fulfillment of some of your dreams and wishes, and maybe increase of your social networks and friends, and also a profitable time of gain from your career. As Jupiter moves through there and completes this up on the 25th of May, then you're going to find he wants to support you over the next year in your 12th house. And so the last week of May is the beginning of that feeling of what it's like to have Jupiter in the house of full-blown enlightenment, but also the place where you can do yourself damage. It's like how you sabotage your life because you got an addiction. You got a really bad habit. You got some kind of self-undoing thing, unraveling your own best interests. And although I would argue, the ancients didn't like that house because it unraveled your material success, but it is your spiritual success that matters when Jupiter is in your 12th house. So you may find that he can expand the unraveling, or he can expand your spiritual attainment, and you might want to learn. A lot of times a Jupiter transit is going to have you wanting to go back to school, to learn something, to have a mentor, guide, guru, or teacher. He'll be here, as I said, May the 25th at a year, basically. So we'll do a whole video on that for the month of May. What else can I tell you? I would like to mention that you have Mercury, the messenger of the gods, still moving through the sign of Aries until May the 5th. Now, he's been here since March. He retrograded April 1st to the 23rd, and now he's going to be moving he is in direct motion as the month starts, finishing his stay in Aries, which it'll take him 2 weeks to plow through that part of the sky. As we mentioned, that's where Mars is. That's where the eclipses are. Aries is your 10th house. Career, reputation, outward success, visible success in the world. If you're a student, you're looking successful. If you're retired, what the heck do you do? People ask me all the time, what if I'm retired? Well, if you're retired, what are you doing in your retirement? Are you golfing, going to the soup kitchen? What are you doing? Because whatever everyone sees you do in the top of the sky is your career and reputation. It doesn't have to be like your 401k type of career. You got to be doing something in the world unless you're just sitting at home in a dungeon, right? Like, what do you do that everyone sees you doing and that you wish to succeed at, your 10th house? So Mercury here has been going back and forth. He retrograded for 3 weeks in April, maybe hearing back from people from the past, old career people from the past, bosses from the past, having new ideas, changing your mind about career things. As he retrograded up here, might have changed your mind about a career direction. You might have had to renegotiate things regarding career matters. Now he's direct. He's only going to be there till the middle of May, and then he's gone. But while he is here, you're making decisions, you're having ideas, and you're negotiating things successfully to do with your career space. And then he moves into your 11th house. Of course, that is your Taurus place where we're having Jupiter, Uranus, Venus, and now Mercury. So Mercury gets here May 15th, and Venus is still here until May 23rd. Between the 15th of May and the 23rd of May, Venus and Mercury are together in your house of great gains, profits, sometimes sense of pennies from heaven, unexpected financial chunks of money coming at you. And if this is something that you are going to use proactively, it wouldn't be a bad time, Mercury, Venus, to rely on friends or allies or benefactors for favors, to ask people to support you, give you a recommendation letter or something. It's a really good time for you to escalate your commercial success if that's something you want to do through Venusian ways, charm, persuasion, congeniality. And also it could be very good for social energies around enjoying pleasurable times with expansive groups of friends, maybe major events with lots of people. The sweet spot, May 15th to the 23rd. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention here is that with Mercury here until June the 3rd, right? May 15th to June the 3rd in your 11th house, Taurus house, whole sign house, it can be a really good time for working on some kind of plan, like ideas that you really want to for your career or your money and career success, and really thinking it out, really wondering what to do, pondering, coming up with new directions for what you want, just using the mercurial sort of energy with ideas, etc., and Venus blessing those ideas. I apologize for the sound. And Jupiter expanding those ideas. So it's a good time to hatch new plans, okay? The 15th to the 23rd regarding career gains, career success, and career rewards. Next, we're going to do the chronology of the month. We're going to go through some of the major events this month. Grab a pen or paper or re-listen to this video a few times. On May the 1st to the 4th, on May the 1st to the 4th, we have Venus in a tangle with Pluto. A tangle is a square. It's not her most comfortable position when she's in a square to anything, but she's still a benefic, and in her home kingdom, she's very strong. Pluto is in your house of chunky money. And you as a Cancer rising, sun and moon rising, all about you, sun, career, purpose, reputation. I mean, career and purpose, moon, body and home. You as a Cancer person may find that you have to deal with some financial issues or secrets that are difficult. If it's secrets, they're Venusian secrets. Your best friend had an affair with your husband because it's from the house of friendship to the house of forbidden love, the 8th house, infidelities. But if there's not a difficult secret around forbidden love or forbidden money or secret love and money stories breaking through the sky May 1st to the 4th, then it can also be a time where chunky money, investment money, stock money, bank money, loan money, and Venus, the goddess of abundance and a house of gains, are in a conflict with each other. It could even be a gnarly tax moment in the first week of May. May the 2nd and 4th, though, during this time, we got a lot of propulsion from Mars as he flows to the planet Venus, and Mars as your ally here. To the planet Pluto. Mars in the 10th house of career flowing to Pluto in your 8th house could be a sign-on bonus, a severance package, a commission, a performance review, a chunk of money coming at you, a chance to invest in the company stock, a chance to take some career gains that you're making in your career and apply them to investments or something like that. This is a nice light touch from Mars on May 2nd to 4th, but we have to acknowledge the difficulties with Venus at the same time. May the 12th to the 14th, the Sun and Uranus will join together as they do on the yearly, and in Taurus is 2018. As the Sun and Uranus come together, it's like an aha moment, really, for most people. It can indicate some kind of big, bright spark of eureka or some unexpected, surprising, positive, energetic that comes through. In your case, the 11th house. The 11th house of gains and profits, and sometimes windfalls and pennies from heaven, looks really positive on you around May 12th to the 14th. And during that May 12th to the 14th timeframe, we do have Venus there. Mercury hasn't arrived yet, but Venus will be there. So it's doubling down on the very energies of luck. And who knows, maybe you could unexpectedly receive money from a direction you did not anticipate. Maybe it's a massive tax return rebate or something like that, because we do keep seeing Pluto over in your 8th house with the opportunity asteroid ops. Then we look at the idea here of Venus on May 12th to the 14th as well, still playing through the Taurus landscape, flowing to Saturn in your 9th house. Now, 9th house stories are like complicated. It can be a very positive legal outcome, an opportunity for a book publishing deal, something to do with, did I say legal outcome? good academic outcome. Maybe you get a great grade, maybe you get accepted at your dream school, maybe a favor from a friend, things to do with third marriages, and it benefits them and stabilizes the longer term love there. In the ninth house, you could also experience something to do with international travel, with a friend or elder sibling becoming available to you as an option. Whether you take the trip or just plan it, I don't know. May the 12th to the 14th. On May the 17th, and because the ninth house is also your spirituality, the meaning of your life, your dharma. And so there's a bit of that too. And it's a Lakshmi house, and that's a luck house already to do with Venus. And so there's a bit of luck spark in here for sure to do with those themes I've just outlined for you during May 12th to the 14th. Now, May 17th to the 22nd. What we see here is we see the sun and Jupiter co-joining together, and that's the death and rebirth of Jupiter in the heart of the sun. This only happens once every 12 years in Taurus. So here it is again. This is an initiatory thing on May 17th. It opens you up to a 1 year or 12-month cycle of positive developments in your groups of belonging, social networks, friends, allies, benefactors, great gains, relationship with an elder sibling. Because it's an elder sibling house, it can also be benefits the elder sibling receives, and yet you could also have collateral flow back to your Cancer ascendant. It could be a great time for the connection to be further developed, but also for luck for that elder sibling or somebody in your larger social groups. But Jupiter's sun will also benefit you in your profitability in your career and the gains of your career, and also the actualization of some of the dreams, hopes, and wishes you have from your life that are Saturn, Neptune in the ninth, deeply meaningful and on target with your dharma. And over the next year, you'll see that profitability factor increase dramatically or successfully because of this conjunction on May 17th. I'll be doing a whole video on it. On the day after this May 17th conjunction, on the 18th of May, Venus and Mercury are co-joining in the same place in Taurus in your 11th house. Well, it's a simple reading this month, really. It's all about the Taurus sky. Well, as these two come together in your 11th house, there's a possibility of an unexpected surprise that's positive around love and money. The only thing that could be negative about it is the broad square to Pluto. Again, unexpected surprises around secrets and love and forbidden love and that kind of stuff, betrayals and love. But Jupiter's here, Venus is in her dignity. I think it's going to be more like a positive financial surprise from your career, profitability surprise, financial gain surprise from a female elder sibling, surprises around some goal or dream that you have suddenly coming true. And that energy is a nice bright spark in the sky around May the 18th. And then on May the 22nd, we will have the sun flowing to Neptune. Now, sun in Taurus flowing to Neptune in your house of your Dharma, but also on a practical note, maybe something to do from the ninth house Neptune to do with a dream that wants to come true around a book publishing situation, an academic situation, a foreign land travel situation, or a spiritual situation, like a spiritual alignment situation. Like you've always wanted to meet the Pope, and you got to meet the Pope. Really see Saturn, Neptune in the ninth house, the Pope. A lucky break, yay you. Now, we also would say here that what happens between May 23rd and about the 26th or so is pretty luscious as well. Venus will co-join Jupiter, and that's two benefics to holding hands on May 23rd. In India, they say it's a planetary war. In modern astrology, it's fairy godmother, father, luck upon luck, holding hands. You be the judge of that. How does it go for you? But on May 23rd, there's a potential for some experience of some significant fortune or luck. Venus in her home kingdom, in her dignity, likes to give tangible luck in Taurus, money, love, earthly sensual pleasures, earthly delights, but she's also in the house of career gains and profits. So it could be a lucky break there on May the 23rd. And also during the same time, during the whole May 23rd to about the 26th or so, Jupiter's applying to is in a waning flow relationship called a sextile to Neptune. So there's something dreamy about this whole time, May 23rd to 26th or so. There's something dreamy, enchanted, wonder and awe about it all, about how something's coming together for you, about career gains, about travel opportunities, about friendship circles, about elder siblings, about book publishing, ninth house meanings, merging with in a dreamy, enchanted, soulful way with 11th house meanings. You might want to definitely download my free meanings of the 12 houses PDF in the description box below. On May the 25th, Venus will create a beautiful trine to Pluto. She's going to have moved into Gemini, which I mentioned she was going to be doing. So now she's in Gemini after the 23rd. Now she's on the 25th, about 2 degrees of Gemini, flowing to Pluto at 2 degrees of Aquarius. Now, Pluto in your 8th house, he's all about chunky money and long-term gains and, banking and loans and mortgages and money you share with other people that you don't earn, like you share money with your spouse, right? Like you share money with a business partner, like you share money with the company in which you purchase shares. And so this shared money that belongs to 7th house people, second from the 7th, is going to receive a kind of jolt of goodness from Venus. And therefore, there's a prosperity chart going on here for you. Some kind of wealth or abundance is trying to happen. Now, Venus in the 12th house flowing to Pluto in the 8th can also be a very interesting sexual encounter, a romantic tantric event, something like that, a bed pleasure on transformative steroids. But otherwise, it can also be some prosperity, chunky money vibe, unearned income that aligns with the 12th house. And the 12th house is to do with backroom deals and negotiations. With a south node in your 4th house, some of you may be looking at the opportunity to uproot your home and connect it to foreign lands and shores, or buyers from foreign lands and money connected to those themes coming through the sky, not only on May the 25th, but also on May the 30th, when Jupiter also then will form on May 30th, a sextile to Pluto, following Venus's lead from May the 25th. Venus is the charm offensive, the good news, the good luck, and Jupiter expands and follows through on May 30th. It's hard to say what it's going to be, guys. Some of you may have an opportunity for some real estate deals. Some of you may have some opportunity for some chunky money through an investment popping up, especially if the investment is rooted in a share or company connected to far off lands and foreign shores. If you want to travel with Jupiter and Venus in your 12th house to far off foreign shores, this could be an inciting moment then, May the 25th and 30th, for some luscious new, profoundly transformative relationship. Pluto in the house of kind of the Tantra vibe, but Venus in her house of her bed pleasures in the 12th house. On the May 30th timeframe as well, Mercury and Uranus, the last 2 planets left now in Taurus, your house of windfalls, wishes, dreams, and fulfillment of those dreams, career gains and profits. Those energies are having a spark of surprising news or surprising developments. Now, there are other people up here, right? Friends, benefactors, allies, people who belong to groups that you belong to, larger social networks, but also sibling above you. So who knows, you could get some surprising, exciting news from a sibling that's very Jupiter-Pluto happening at the same time, May 30th. And Jupiter-Pluto is about wealth. For example, an elder sibling gives you a chunk of money. Another way of reading this would be some unexpected opportunity from a friend from a foreign land and some surprising news because they want to help you in some way that helps you prosper and have greater gains in your career. And this again is May the 30th and is taking a cue from the May 25th movement of Venus-Pluto before Jupiter-Pluto. Both those are very good for commercial success and wealth. Thank you for listening. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I hope you enjoyed this segment of reality. If you want to receive this before the general public, this is being recorded April the 16th, early access ad-free for my Patreon community, and you will receive this several days later on a Sunday. This is a Tuesday here. If you like that kind of thing, early access ad-free and receiving content ahead of the curve, but also 1 to 3 Zoom meetings with me a month where I teach things and connect with you individually, think about joining my Patreon community. It's in the description box below where you go, patreon.com/lunatic astrology. And I'm giving you a lost leader ethical bribe. Come join me. If you don't like it, leave within a month. You invested $5 and you get my 2 free courses, Chiron, The Key to Purpose, and Are You My Person Synastry Relationship courses. They're about 90 minutes each. They're replays. I sell them for $22 each, so $44 value, and it's free just for trying me out. And you get to keep the courses forever. A lot of people do come and go, and I'm all right with that. It's just my way of saying, give it a try, see if you like it. No harm done, right? If you don't want to stay, I don't want to keep you. Thanks for listening, Cancer. Enjoy the month of May, and don't forget to get on my newsletter for some of those giveaways in the May Madness celebration of 60,000 subscribers in April. Thank you.